Hi everyone, this is Stardust again. Sorry for the late podcast. I had a totally different topic for tonight, and I decided to do something completely different. As you can tell, most of my podcasts so far, and this is the third one, is dealing with waking up society. Speaking the truth that others are afraid to say. So, with that being said, let's start. We all know that in society, people are busy. I mean, come on, let's face it. We are the most busiest people in the world. We have to go to work. We've got children. We have a house. We're lucky we're breathing, right? I know. Life's so hard. Tell me about it. So, here we are. And the only time we decide that we are going to help anybody in society is during the holidays. Now, come on, people. Come on. Let's wake up. Let's smell the coffee, roses, whatever. Now, I get it. Money's tight. We're in a pandemic. And we have to think about our family. Now, I'm not saying go out here and buy $500 worth of groceries for somebody you don't know, and you can't afford the $500 worth of groceries. Now, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is if you can help someone, help them. Because you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know, when that person last had a meal. And I'm sure there's some out there going, well, there's, homeless shelters and they'll feed them. Yeah, you're probably right. There's homeless shelters. Sure, they'll feed them. But why can't we, as a whole society, help our own mankind? And not just during the holidays, but year-round. I mean, and not just donate money to charity. I mean, come on. No offense to charity. I'm all for charity, okay? But what about your next door neighbor who's an elderly person who can't drive? Well, they have Meal on Wheels. Okay. Maybe they do. Or they've got children. Okay, maybe they do. But do their children live in the same town? Do their children, visit? Do their children help out? My point is, you have to think about things. Put yourself in their shoes. What if that was you? And you wasn't getting Meal on Wheels, and there wasn't a homeless shelter or food bank or church or any place like that, and your children never came to see you, and you were starving. Well, there's those charities that you hear on TV about feeding America. Well, are you getting any of that? I haven't heard of any of it. Have you? Think about it. I'm not saying become a Miss or Mr. Tootie Tissue. I'm not saying be the nicest person in the whole world. I'm not even saying to become a Mary Poppins. What I'm saying is that God wanted us to help our neighbors. The Bible states, do unto others as ye will wish thee to do unto you. Well, if you wish to starve, then hey, I guess you're doing what's right, huh? I mean, let's think about it. Because you're not out there helping your neighbor. You're not out there helping anyone. You're running errands and you're going to work, and you're so wrapped up in your own life that you don't see what's right in front of you. People, life is too short to just go, okay, I'm just going to do this. And then, well, tomorrow, I'll go over to John Doe's house and I'll cut his grass. Well, tomorrow never comes. We need to help others. And you don't have to do it in a financial way. You can go over to an elderly person's house and you could, clean their home for them. You don't know if they have a caregiver that comes over. You don't know if their children comes. But if you're friends with that elderly person, why not help them? Instead of waiting till the holidays and trying to make yourself feel good. There is more to this life than donating to St. Jude's, which, don't get me wrong, is a very good charity. Yeah, but there's more to life than donating to feed the hungry children in America. Don't get me wrong, that's a very good charity. But we need to think about everything else in between. We need to think about our neighbors. Yeah. Our co-workers. I mean, have you ever went to work and noticed that maybe sometimes your co-workers don't have anything to eat? Or are you too busy to pay attention? See, that's the problem with life. Everybody is too busy. Everybody wants to constantly run and constantly go. And they're too evolved in their own lives that they don't see the things that are happening around them. They don't see the hunger and the disabled people and the elderly and the vets. They don't see the children who have to go to school with shoes that have holes in them and clothes that have holes in them. They don't see that. They think their parents just can't, spending their money on whatever. And the truth is their parents aren't spending their money on whatever. Their parents are working, 2 or 3 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads. Upper middle class people have it made. Granted, you might have more bills. I'm right there with you. But have you ever thought about it? Have you opened your mind? Have you slowed down? And have you looked into society and just paid attention to what's going on around you? It's not that hard. Come on. Let's pay attention. Let's open our eyes. Let's look. Let's see what's going on. Life's too short, people. And I, for one, know that way too well. I'll tell you a little bit about myself to give you a little bit more understanding of why I'm doing these podcasts this way. I was born, into a poor family. And there were many of times that we didn't have food to eat. My mother worked 3 jobs and my father worked 2. And that was just enough to pay the bills. And we would go to bed hungry at night. But nobody knew. And the only time we had meals was at lunch and breakfast at school. And then when we did have meals at home, it was gravy, biscuits. And I promise you, we were very grateful.